good.
Yeah, look good. That's why we have hope. You know, so the faking there is not even in the entertainment industry alone. Even in real life, it happens. Everybody present themselves the way they will be, like accepted.
They say dress the way you want to get dressed.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you could be broke or not, but you have to come clean. You have to come correct.
So is it right or wrong?
In this instance, I'll say it's right.
Okay.
Because I mean, you want to appeal to people, right? You want to appeal to people. It is only when you get appealed to people that is the only time you can have a shot at something. That's the only time somebody can put you on. That's the only time somebody can offer you a job. You know what I mean? Like, for example, somebody is going for an interview. Why would the person have to go and put a suit on and a tie and
like me, so I hardly wear even shirts.
But
with tie. Interview be
you have to challenge because maybe crap be a wakuburo. Because you know why you want to get the job. So you are faking
till you make it.
Till you are faking to go get the job.
I see.
Yeah, because it comes like that. If you don't fake, you're not gonna get it. So in this instance, you have to present yourself the way people will accept you to get what you want. Then you can come back to reality.
All right. Now in hip hop, I'm sure I don't know if it's still the same, but there was a time. Most of the things these rappers who say are things they don't own. Sometimes they haven't even seen.
Let me tell you something. You see, the show Cribs.
Yeah,
it was fake.
It was fake.
90% of them was fake.
Exhibit does Pimp
My Ride.
Yes.
The Cribs 90% was fake.
MTV based.
Yes, MTV. Yeah. Most people have come to say that. Oh, they say let's go and rent a house here, so we shoot there. Let's go and do this here, so we should. I remember. Yes, most of them were fake. I remember when Redman said when MTV came to his house and he was ironing on the floor. You know, his cousin was sleeping, he was ironing on the floor. They were like, "Yo, that's what this guy is crazy." He said, "Yes, this is what I have. This is how I do. This is how I roll. This is how we get down here." Sometimes you can't we ironing on the floor because we good. I mean, but these people will come and say, okay, we found an apartment maybe at Manhattan or Beverly Hills. Can we go there and we go and shoot? Blah blah blah. I know it's fake. Most artists have come to confess that where they shot their MTV Cribs were fake and things like that. So it's a thing that exists.
Right.
People do.
Okay, so I asked you these questions because I mean it's linked to our topic. Yeah. Now there's been times where back in the day, you know, these rappers who claim or proclaim things they do not have, they do not own.
Yeah.
Sometimes they haven't even seen it before or know the price of these things, but they claim it. Yeah, I've got this Rolls Royce, I've got this, I've got that, chain hangs and blah 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 blah. It was the fake it till you make it era, and they made hits. Super top hits out of it. It's as if now the trend has moved from fake it till you make it, or even if it hasn't moved, I think there's a new addition to the fake it till you make it, where it is say it as it is. Now if you look at the current trends of songs that have become hits, that become almost instant hits when the boys drop it, they're usually telling stories about their everyday life. In fact, how they hustle. No fakeness. If he has just a shirt, he's talking about just the shirt and how he finds it difficult to eat, how he goes out to town, having nothing on him and still makes it through life each day. So I'm going to play a series of songs and then we see if we've actually moved from the fake it till you make it era to say it as it is era and still make a hit. Which of them connects more with the people easily? Is it the say it as it is that connects easily or the fake it till you make it? So first, on top of the list, let's do Poverty, Jay Derobi. It's not as if he looks too extravagant and he's singing a song for the ordinary guy. He looks ordinary and he's singing a song for the ordinary guy. Look at Kofi Mole. Basic, Nani Bag Bonechi, nothing serious. And even the Lamem Gang guys, listen to the song they sing, look at the brand, and it's the same. Kwamina MP, basic songs. Jay Derobi, Poverty. You look at the guy, basic. So they are telling it as it is. They are being true to themselves and the system. And these songs are becoming instant hits. So have we moved from the fake it till you make it to where we say it as it is leave it as it is, and get hit songs from it. I started with you for the prelims, but let me do way your team, and then I come to my camera, then to you that I have go. Because I'd love to hear more of the hip hop side of things from you. I think, have we moved, or it has become an addition?
I think this is music, and when it comes to music, you really can't tell what actual songs makes a hit. You can predict, but you cannot tell as to which song. You understand? There are songs that we hear all the time. We go like, "Wow, Charlie, this song there go far." The next minute is nowhere to be found. And there are songs that you go like, "Oh, this song there, oh, the way, oh, dog, this song," and before you realize, it's on. Now, you see, there is word on the street, and if you are able to tap into that feed right, moving on, you always have a brighter headway. The word on the street. It's like trends. When you go on social media, and if it's shatter that is trending, if it's sack that is trending, and you write whatever you need to write, and you do that hashtag and add that trend hashtag in there, possibility of actually people noticing what you're doing, even though it's not associated to the shatter or the sack that you tagged in there that's trending, is huge. Now these guys are from the street. They are fresh from the street. They know the word on the street. They know what boys talks about. So mostly, if you realize, these guys don't do this song beyond their peers or their choice of people they talk to, they communicate and all that. It's within the confines of their own, let me say, religion. And at the end of the day, when it comes out, because it relates to people, they pick it up. A song like this guy's song, Eddie K, Do the Dance. It was just K and UST that were doing their thing, and they do the dance, do the dance, do the dance. You see, and the influence and the fact that the people from that K and UST will also move out, they will take that thing on and on and on and on and on. And they relate, these people relate more to the students. They relate more to the boys on the street because they are coming from no background that extreme. So they are always on the street. So word on the street, when I can relate to it, it becomes part of me. And then I always move with it. So this is how come, and their words are touching. Let's be very honest. It's not just they are saying any words and it's clicking or anything. Their words are touching. If you listen to Medical's song, take Fela Makafui out of the picture, but that song on a normal day will relate with you and any lady that you really appreciate, any lady you have a soft spot for. It will relate. Take Familiar's song for instance.
Nothing I get.
Boys now, sometimes boys are even complaining of jobs. And even when you're it's something else. So they want to live up. Boys don't get, but they won't live up. These slave queens, most of the time, boys take pictures of slave queens and they put it out there, and you realize that, Charlie, upon all the big things, if they come out, they want to, in the confines of their home, Charlie, they hustle, or more bread. So keeping up appearances, it's for looks, it's for socialization and all that, but in the confines of your own abode, Charlie, things they happen right the way it's supposed to. So these people really tag into the song. They really relate to it. And daily basis, when they relate to it by singing it, having it on their phones and all that, going to join, requesting for it, and the media is doing extremely amazing. I would give part of these things to the media. Anytime they see a story, or some of the media houses hear stories that are very touching and all that. I'm not talking of the supposedly only the big media houses. All these young guys moving around with cameras and phones and mics and all that, they are doing great because they see somebody and they feel like, oh Charlie, this guy has a touching something. Because familiar stuff just started with you know, him doing something, somebody recording and putting it out there, another media house saw it, they felt like, oh Charlie, the boy is actually sending a message. And Ocean addressing at that moment, you know, all that now, it really tallied with what he was saying. So they picked it up and gradually they started pushing, hyping the whole thing, putting him on interviews on a normal day. No matter how this familiar guy's song is, if he had not gotten that opportunity to be on some of these good platforms that really expressed, you know, that kind of connection with what he was saying, probably he would have gone, but it would have taken him some time. So I think going forward, the media houses are doing very great, and now boys in the hood are loud. The moment they realize that something is part of them, it relates to them, they go all out. Way back, you know, the hood thing was working, but now it's serious. When like somebody drops a song and it's like, I rep this hood, you'll be amazed. You know, Poster Boy song he just dropped. The Nyanyano boys, they are just messing with a song like that everywhere, anytime, to the extent that even this weekend they went for jogging, and throughout the jogging, that was what they were doing. So the boys too in the hood are actually helping bring out their young chaps who they believe have the talent but need support. They are also supporting by pushing and all that. So I think the reality bit is there. Those who are faking, that you can't take it away from them. They will always fake. And it will get to a point, this same familiar, this same guy that we are talking about, we should not forget, Medical didn't start like this. Medical started with, yo.
Confirm.
Of course. What confirm?
But at the time, he confirms.
Exactly. So at that time,
reality.
the same time, you are not realize that you even did a story where one guy came saying that Medical didn't have anything, and the car grandpa say, advice in five and all that. So that time now, also are confirming for true, so are confirming. Next to say, number plate, shop now are confirming. So is it a true story or is it a lie life? So and there might be on left now, right. But the thing is, per the words on the street, you know, is it relating to those boys who gives the hype? Because sometimes you hear Shatta singing songs for, you know, guys like Control a Pie. You see all those kind of songs. It relates to some kind of people, and almost also they chill their life, so they know how to carry those songs and make it the way it is. So I believe, sir, it's not just about the words; it's about the relation. It's about the people that you're singing for. It's about the hood, how they are holding, how the media and everybody. Because we should not forget, people have the same stories. People have the same kind of lines. They've been doing it over and over. They are living the life real, true. But I mean, nothing is really happening to them. So sometimes it's not just your story. It's about how well some people hold you. And when that grace fall on you, that will be what I'll end with. When that grace fall on you, it doesn't matter where you are. When that light shines on you, whatever you do, it will come out, it will blow, it will be bigger, and you will just make it.
Right. Thank you very much. We your team from Dreamline Studios. Mike Yamwa, your turn. The reality, I'll call it the reality era, where the boys are telling it as it is, you know, down the consequences. They just say it as it is, live it, and being true to themselves.
Okay, there's a shift. A shift in the sense that, look, we are saturated in a space where almost everybody is doing the same thing. And when everybody ends up doing the same thing, it becomes the norm. You get it? So just something unique or something different makes you stand out. And somebody just out there to break that code.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what is happening. That's what is happening. Now with the we in the showbiz era, you know, in the past or not too long ago, if you needed a video, first thing that comes to mind, let me have a nice mansion. Let me get some beautiful girls. Let me get a poolside beach, a nice car. Then you are set to go. Regardless of the message, you have a good video. You realize that became trend, and now you realize that, look, people are now becoming so educated. You realize that, look, most of these people who channel this product to us, they don't live the life we see in the music videos they promote. Because we are in an environment where somebody goes off the scene, 2 years, hasn't released a song. First thing you hear, they watch it, fundraising, we better, you get it. So now it's dawning on the musicians themselves that look, now let me put myself in the product I'm coming out with. Even if it's not their true story. If it's not their true story, they are telling a story. They want to relate to the story they are telling. I believe now it's even shaping a lot of musicians, because now if you don't take time, you even tell a love story, people are likely to impugn your personal identity into it. So they are being cautious. But I think it's a whole generational thinking. Yes, I know. As I was saying, you know, now people now want to relate the message to the carrier of the message. That's why when sax started. Oh, money no be problem, money no be problem. People knew he didn't have money. But people saw it as a motivational tool. They get it as a motivational tool to whip up enthusiasm. Even now people can, why has he stopped saying, oh, money no be problem? Is it that because he's broke? You know, people want to taunt him with that. Others will say, oh, now he's gotten money, so even now that he's gotten money, he isn't. But the reality is that now people are relating the message to the carrier of the message. So based on that, the musicians also want to relate it, take the things to the people. Now, just before we had a break, I did mention the fact that you are a movie maker. And in cinema, there is, I think you may have come across Italian New Realism.
Yeah.
Italian New Realism concept, where they realized that, look, the bourgeois American style of first cinema and go, they were off the market for the majority of people. Okay, let's now bring cinema to the people, make it relatable so that we can tell the everyday life story. So what do? They will even pick prostitutes or people on the street to play everyday role. They will tell ordinary stories. They will not set fancy setups. They will go to the ghettos and then shoot on the scene. And that's what happened. And
Realism.
Yes, realism, Italian New Realism, and it sprang, and even at the point became the golden age of cinema, because that was a type of cinema that was unique, different from what others were doing, from the French montage and so on. It became so realistic to the extent that people could relate to it, and it boom. And that's the same thing the ground up guys are doing. In as much as yes, we love it because we see their lifestyle. They are taking us to the reality on the ground. Kwesiata will be showcasing the grandmother. This is where I live. I don't even have an air condition. I'm on a bike. If I'm wearing one shirt, that is me. It got to the time people have been taunting that you are wearing the same shirt. But the guy said, look, that is me. You don't think so. Such a person, now anything he comes out with, that is him. We accept him for who he is. But if you leave the other side, because now it's also part of that emotional appeal, just like advertising. You use that emotional appeal to win people. You know why have course baby uncle, what do you call it? Yebeuti has become an instant hit. Check the video. You check the video and it somehow you can relate it to him. If you know him really, oh, this is a song. If it's not even telling a story, this is a song that we can relate to the video, the visuals we are seeing. It's telling the everyday story, our lives. Because look, we are becoming a realistic people. Things are hard.
Things are hard. And now we can't even hide it.
Things are hard. We can't hide it. We must tell things as they are. You get it? Things are hard. People must tell realistic stories. Because that's where now musicians are also tapping into it. Because we all need comfort one way or the other. If things are hard, you want inspirational stuff. That's why my level is on the rise.
On the rise. Because people have various levels.
Yes. People have the same level, but how come that's why my amount can never beat my level. A mixture of both inspiration, comfort, realism, and then of course good content. They all come out. Right. So even at my level, that's why when they showed the video, people felt, oh, he could have just gone to the grounds and dig at it, and then that's on the everyday happenings around. I'm sure we did such a review. Yes, people felt, and it would have rather been a far better concept than what he did. But so on the whole, it's not entirely new, but it's an easy way to tell our story based on the circumstances we find ourselves.
Right. Thank you very much, Mike Yamwa, for that one. He also has a lot to say when it comes to, saying it as it is. You know, saying it as it is. Bema yedeka. Inti anyade. Yenidi. Yebedidi.
When it comes to this topic, I see it from the angle of music. Most of the songs that we do is influenced by the West.
Right.
So whatever transition the Western music goes through, it affects us. For example, back in the day in the West, people would tell it as it is. Like back in the day when it started, like sometimes somebody will say something and then people will actually go to your neighborhood to go and check if it's true. If it's true, if it's not true, you are out of the game. If it's true, then you say, oh yeah, the guy is being shot. Then it came to the era where people were bugging, like my beat banks makes ears bleed through Walkmans. Like what I said, Otia. So then, boom. Yeah. So it came to Ghana. Then somebody made the mistake reprint twa. Made the took a made the board gray. You understand? So it whatever happens there, it comes to affect us here. So now the focus has shifted to people telling real life. Even though the new school people are still holding on to that, there are some greats like the Kendrick Lamars, the Jermaine Coles. These guys are telling it as it is, and these guys don't even put on jewelry because now those people don't even talk about jewelry. Now when you look through the musical scope in the world, hairstyles actually shows more than jewelry. People come with a lot of different hairstyles more than jewelry. Back in the late 90s to the early 2000s, people were showcasing chains. Like Nas bought a $1 million chain. As Messi is having this. Then rims came.
Yeah,
I'm sitting
spinning rims.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 22-inch rim. So all these things affect us. So when it comes here, all these boys, emerging artists, listens more to these people, and it affects their music. So when you look at the West now, like the J. Coles and the Kendrick and all these guys, they are telling it as it is. So look at the appearance of our new school guys. Look at Kwesiata. Look at Kwame MP. Look, the other day I was telling Massive, like, Kwame MP, when he was coming on the stage at 3 Music Awards, it was like just a normal t-shirt. And Obaka saw my conference. Tulenke came, same. Like everybody is same. He even has a stylish hairstyle.
Yeah.
So
a little dye.
Yeah. So it's like it's the shifting of the musical focus. And whenever we have errors that comes with, because in our time when I was in Inframa, people would look more at your appearance to determine whether you are an artist or not. Right? When I was in Inframa, people would look more at your appearance. Because that was the era of the Frampas, the KKs, the Castros. When you are coming, you have to be laced, fully laced, head to down. The gear,
jeans,
the durag, the head gears. The handbands,
book back.
You have to lace to the bone. But today, people look for what is inside of you more than what you are showcasing outside.
Right.
So now people don't care about what you have, but what you spit out of your mouth is actually what people look out for. So now these days, when you see a group of people, you are not going to be judgmental on who is looking fresh and who is not. Because maybe the one who may not be looking fresh will be the hardest spitter. He is going to have the hardest spitting words that is going to come out. So I think it's the shifting post of the musical
scope.
Generally throughout the world, because we are influenced more by the Western music. So generally, if you look at artists today, even today, the Redmans and the Method Mans, they don't put on chains. If you look today, even Nas, this man bought $1 million chain somewhere in 99 and 98 Source for the Source Award. Today he does not even put on. Look at Dre. Even 50 Cent, when G-Unit was G-Unit, back in the day when they were lazing with ISIS, these boys did a song called Stunt 101 where Charlie was showing rims and eyes and jewelry. Now they don't know more. So it's like it's gradually fading.
But
off.
they don't appear like you're describing. But do they sing about it?
That's-
Or
that's-
it's also shifted?
It's shifted. That's what I'm saying. That first, the way they look, that's what they're singing about.
Okay.
I have jewelry. I have
have
this.
this, I
I
have that.
sit on rims. I sit on this. But today, they look ordinary. Now, people are making conscious music. Like the world over, people are making conscious effort to make conscious music. And that's what has affected our new generation. So, check all these people that you play their music are part of the leaders of the new school. And all of them are sounding very, very conscious.
And sounding like, in terms of ideology, they sound alike.
Exactly. So you might even stand somewhere and say that, oh boys, why are you meeting? But they don't know each other until they. So it is shifting. Things are shifting. Me, when shout outs to somebody like Rutai, when I met Rutai made me the writer that I am today. You know, he made me understood that look, Star, when you want to make a song, make the song speak. That thing has always been on my mind. So when I'm writing a song and the song is not speaking to somebody, I find it difficult. Like it says, make the song speak. So find it, like look at it from the angle like you are talking to somebody and you are trying to, whether it's an advice or it's about a love cause or whatever it is, make the music speak. And that is what is happening today. People are making music speak. You hear J. Derobi's Poverty. You're like,
And that's it.
you can relate straight up. Kwesiata, you relate straight up. Even Kwame MP's you relate. You know, the boy is pouring his heart out about things that he's been through and all of that, not to go kill himself. Even listen to Yebe reality. It's out there, it's in your face like that. You know, so I think it is the general musical scope that is changing.
But fine, we have listed, you know, a list of new school artists who are actually living their lives and saying it as it is. Can we, I'm going to ask the three of you, can we pinpoint some of the old guys who have shifted to doing real stuff now? Like, you know, Sarkodie has Can't Let You Go. That could be likened to what?
The old guys have always done real stuff.
Okay.
They've always done real stuff because where the era we were coming from, it was real stuff that was reigning at the time. So check for all the guys who are still relevant. Check Pachamekwan, check Kinsak, check even Wadi, check Samini. He's still on that grind, telling stories, making relatable music. You hear it and you feel like man,
my own.
Like my own. Like he's got some song that is getting me crazy. I don't see him in rainbow. It's sorry time and in a canopy. The song, you hear the song and you're like, nah man, like this is real music. You know, and now also the musical space has found a certain way of not accepting chaff.
Okay. It's self-protecting itself. Something of a sort.
Yes.
Like, has its own self-protection mechanism.
Yes, something of a sort. It's like listen. It's
no,
like,
but let him land. I'll let you come. I'll let you come.
No, it's
but
like
land.
Yeah, it's like now everybody is trying to put out a record that has content. People are moving and shying away from songs that does not really have. Obviously, you have a few songs in the system,
but in ratio,
percentage-wise, all the songs that we've been making are good music, and that is the reason why Ghana music seems to be on the ascendancy. That has overshadowed the Nigerian dominance, because a few years ago, Nigerian music would dominate at our parties,
everywhere,
at our VGMA, even every event that will be held, or when you go to a party, you hear more Nigerian songs being played more than Ghanaian music. Then the agenda changed. People started, you need content. We don't make good music. Now, you can actually, DJ Ashman can actually get to a party and play solid 3 hours of Ghanaian hit records.
Even more than.
Uninterrupted.
Even more than.
Yes. So it tells you that the industry also is protecting itself in a way. Now, when you make a song and it does not make sense, have you realized like people move away from you? A few songs over the years. Yeah, a few like last year for instance, a few songs came into the system that people actually criticized heavily and those songs did not survive. You understand? Like, it's like
which one?
I'm not mentioning it, so.
Right.
But I'm just saying that.
Just so we know.
No, yes, I'm just saying that people have now come to realize that having real conversations on the beat actually gets to people. You understand? Me, my song you and do you know what actually sold the song well? The first 4 lines. Me diobika, now so me kudidi. Me makrama enka me abra abada me fie everybody who was making the video sing along to the song will sing that
those 4 lines.
Those 4 lines. It was heavily sung by people because everybody could relate. It was funny, it was comical, but it was heavily relatable.
And most people live in, rented apartments.
Exactly.
They have issues with landlords.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So everybody looks at it and feels like, do you think Familia will go and make any song that's not relatable again? No. He's been making records. He's been making records. I met him in Kumasi last November. He's making records doing promotion. But nothing I get, no.
It's the song.
It's the song because it speaks for people. You've become an Ochiami exposed person speaking for the masses. And that is what music is supposed to be about. Anytime you're able to pull a record like that, believe you me, people are going to jump.
And interestingly, they make the shortest hits like a baya papa. Look at J. Derubi. A baya na.
See,
instant.
Kweziata's Wara. I remember the first time I heard a song.
You knew it was.
I heard it. I was in a friend of mine's office. We were listening to the song, and you the boy and I'm saying, anyway, before he was like, "Wait, sure." And I'm saying, "Look, the content now air canon. People will just not for it too so easily gets to you, and all that. And when they check it in recent times, this Ayuko song. I went to Friday some night. They played the song. Not me tell them. Played the song the first time. Me tell them, and I'm saying, the way the melody they be. And the way the song, the content actually is like, and it came at the height of the medical fella, all these stunts and things on social media. So I heard them like, it will just move, and it has great content. I told somebody, I also predicted Sax Can't Let You Go. I told somebody, said, look, I'm like, yo, Bob, this song, we argue.
But if
I went to I came Chris, my I know a friend. Me tell you the song, you tell me, hey. You big papa. I'm like, yeah, because real life issues sells. People actually are able to relate to it very easily, and it speaks for them basically.
Speaks for them.